As 2025 is coming to an end, I want to look forward to 2026. So in today's video, I want to look forward on my reading goals, my channel goals, and also a few of the anticipated releases for 2026. So hi and welcome back to my channel, my fellow fantasy book lovers, or if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Kathy and I'm a fantasy book lover from Belgium. If you hear any strange sounds around me during the recording of this video, it's because my tiny little kitten Aisling is running around here and playing. She was sleeping, but she just woke up. I'll see if I can get her for you. So this tiny fluff ball is Aisling. She is, I think, a little over 1 to 2 months old. We actually caught her outside our house. She just came to our house meowing, trying to get help. She was underfed. Now she isn't anymore. But yeah, she is the cutest kitten. But for safety reasons, she stays with me in my office for a few weeks until she can go with the other cats. So recording with her with me has not been the easiest, but she is adorable. She is super sweet, and now she's really invested in the mic. I'm not sure what you'll be hearing. Hi Kleintje. So yeah, I'm gonna put her down on the ground again, but this is Aisling, and you will for sure still see her in some future videos or not. It all depends how well she integrates with the other cats and how fast I can get her moved in with the others. But she is really, really sweet, really, really adorable. We also think that she's a mix of like a British short-haired cat or something similar. Oh, I know. Like if you look at her face, if she wants to show her face, now she's getting active. She was sleeping all the time and now she's like, I want to play, Mom. But yeah, we think she is a mix of a British short hair or something. She also has the really short tail. It's a she has been neutered. She has gotten all of her shots. She's doing really well. She's at 1.5 kilos now, which is perfect for her size and her age. She's incredibly cute and sweet. But yeah, she doesn't know what are things that she can play with yet or the things that she maybe better should leave alone. But I'm gonna get Aisling back on the floor so she can play there. But if you hear any weird sounds during the recording of this video, it's her playing. So now that you've met the newest furry addition to our family, let's talk about my reading goals for 2026. So let's talk about my reading goals for 2026. I will definitely be continuing reading, but I will not put an extremely high reading goal. I still want to keep it at 50 books for the entire year, which for some people might not seem like a lot. For me, it is an okay reading goal. For me, this is a good reading goal because I read on average a book a week, depending on how big or small the book is, of course. So I think 50 is a good goal. If I reach it, I will not up my goal by any means, because for this year, I think I'm currently at 44 or 45 books, and that's okay. I don't want to read like so many books that I don't remember the books anymore. I want to read for fun. I want to read to relax. And that is what I do most of the time. In the evening, I will read before bed. So sometimes that means I get 5 chapters in. Sometimes that means I get 2 pages in. It really depends on the evening. But during the holiday periods, I tend to take my e-reader with me. So on the plane, on like the waiting times for the plane, etc., I get to read. Or whenever we go somewhere where there's a lot of downtime, I tend to devour books as well, which is why now I might actually catch up to my reading goal of 50 over the holiday period, because I have a lot of time to relax, to read, to just chill down, which is really nice. Now, for my YouTube channel in 2026, what's going to happen? Not a lot is going to change. In 2025, I experimented with different video formats, with live streams for the monthly books that I was reading, and I just want to be very honest with you and with myself that it wasn't working for me. I felt a really big amount of pressure for those videos and for those live streams because I had to read a certain book at a certain time, and I'm a mood reader. I tend to just pick up whatever, whenever, and read it, and that's the way my reading has always been. There are, of course, books that I would like to prioritize, but the thing is, if I'm not in the right mindset for them, I will not enjoy them as much. So I will not be doing those live streams anymore. I will not be doing a monthly book club anymore, at least for the time being. It might come back in the future, but I want to say a big thank you for all of you who joined me during the live streams, because those were a lot of fun and I do kind of miss them, but it was not sustainable for me to keep doing them. Also, I've had a lot of voice issues this year. I think I lost my voice 3 times for a period of 2 to 3 weeks each time. In October, I even lost it for almost a month because of stress. Stress always gets on my voice, and it is not YouTube related stress, it is my other job related stress, which is not something very fun to deal with. So for 2026, what do I want to do? I do want to keep making videos. My aim is to have 1 video a week, but at least 2 videos a month. The ones that I will for sure keep on doing are the monthly reading recaps, because I just like talking about books. And I also, of course, want to keep recommending very specific books to you. So vampire books, fae books, elf books, dragon books, etc. So if you have anything that you want to get book recommendations on, feel free to leave it in the comments down below, because it really helps me out for the future of this channel of what you want to see. So I will, of course, continue on making videos in 2026. And then on to the books that I'm really excited for that are releasing in 2026, that I'm currently already aware of, that have a set release date. Now, the first one is The Ballad of Falling Dragons. This is the 2nd book in When the Moon Hatched series, and I did really enjoy the first book. I'm really looking forward to what they're doing with book 2, because in book 1 we kind of have this whole backstory of our female main character, and I'm just very curious to see how that continues. Because book 1, I remember it felt a little bit muddy to me, so I'm not entirely sure what will happen in book 2. We'll see, but it had dragons, it had all of the right romance elements, it had this little bit of like fantastical elements. So this book will also decide if I will continue the series or will drop it after this book. Up next we have A War of Wyverns, or Wyverns, I don't know how to say it exactly, so if you know, let me know. This is book 2 of the A Language of Dragons book series. I did enjoy A Language of Dragons, but I didn't enjoy the war aspect. So since this book is A War of Wyverns, I'm not sure if I will enjoy it. So again, this book will decide for me if I continue the series or not. And then book 3 that I have on my radar is The Faraway Inn. And this is actually the 3rd book by the author who wrote The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse. These are cozy fantasies, and honestly, for me, they are some of my favorite cozy fantasies. So these 3 books are already on my radar for 2026, but of course, I know there will be a lot more that will be coming out. I just hope that I can keep up with the new releases, and then also reading the books that I want to read that have been out for a while, because that has been my greatest downfall, is that I just keep buying and reading the new releases, and then everything else on my shelves kind of stays there. I really want to start reading the Eragon series. There's also Mercedes Lackey books that I really want to start reading, but because they're older, they don't tend to have as much hype or as much comments online going on about them. So the newer books that are recent releases, I see a lot more things pop up about them, and then I'm more tempted to read those. So we'll see what happens with these 3 books and also with the backlog of books. And as for the genres of books, nothing will change. I am keeping within my fantasy genre. I do every now and then within the fantasy romance or romance go out into something different, but I feel like most of those books just feel boring to me. For me, reading really is a form of escapism, of letting go of real life and imagining better things and prettier things and dragons, because dragons are epic. So I hope for 2026 that it will be a fun reading year again, as was 2025. Some of the next videos that you may expect at the start of 2026 are the recaps of the best and the worst books that I've read this year, and of course other opinions on certain books and series that I will or will not continue. If you have any reading plans for 2026 as well, whether it be a reading goal, a book goal, or something completely different, feel free to share it with me down below in the comments because I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already but you'd like to be, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see what next year brings us. Happy reading! Bye!